Hey guys, welcome back. And today we will start with the test case again, right? But with some modification into that one. Okay. So in our last session, we have gone through how you can create your first test case like the robot file, right? And what are the basic test that we have executed. Okay, like open browser, sleep for and click event and input text and how this particular thing is going to be work, right? Over here you need to pass the locators and then you need to pass the values, and this is how we can write your test case in robot file, right, in Python. Okay, now let's we make the use of other section, right? As of now we have only seen the library, right, the setting we have imported, but what is about variable and keywords, right? So what I will do, I will keep these things as it is and I will create another robot file. Okay, so this is how you can create a robot file. Right click, go to file, and I will just say is intermediate test case. Okay, we will have some advanced things. So what I will do, I will copy all those things and paste it over here, right? Just for saying this. Oh, sorry. You see why the keyword is not coming, because we forgot to have test case dot robot, right? So this is how you should always remember to enter the syntax. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I will delete this file. Okay, and I will create new test case. So if you forgot to add dot robot, it will not give you the keywords, guys. Okay. Intermediate test case dot robot. Okay. Yep, now you see, you can see the robot icon and also you can see the keyword as well. Okay, now what we can do over here, guys, right? So library is over here. Now let's talk about how you can create a variable. Okay, so in this particular test case, how many variable you can see? So I can see this is URL, right? I can store this URL as a variable. So I can go to the variable, right, and I can, how you can create a variable in Python, right? So dollar sign, curly bracket, open close, then I will just say app URL, right, then tab and paste the URL. That's it. This is how you can create a variable. Now what I will do, I will replace these things with this one. This is how you can call this particular variable. Okay, now again I can also do like dollar sign, then I will just say is browser name. Okay, tab and I will just say Chrome. So again, so this URL you can use throughout your test cases. Okay, guys, if you are writing multiple test case, you can use this URL and this Chrome's this driver setting and all those things. Okay. Now what else you can see? You can also create object repository, right? If you want to create an object repository, right, you can also create, right? But let's see one thing, very simple one, like app URL, and this one we're gonna store over here. You can also store this value, right? Username and password. Let me do this one. So whenever you are learning, okay, just do small things like this way. It will help you to gain the knowledge. Username, and same way we're gonna store the password. Okay, and what is password? Test 321. Okay, this is username and password we are storing. So what we need to replace? We need to replace these things over here now. Okay, I will replace these things over here now. The password as well. Okay, all good. So now we know, right, how to use variable section, right? You can create a variable which you're gonna use throughout your this particular robot file. If you have multiple test cases, you can use it and you can run it. Now let's we try to run this one. Okay, so I will open terminal. Okay, and in this terminal what we'll have, okay, it just says robot framework.demo, right? So as I told you in the last session, right, always go to cd directory where we have test cases, then you can just write down robot space, then give a test name, intermediate test case, and hit enter. That's it. So once you will hit enter, now the operation will be remain the same, right? Launch the URL, then click on login, right? Then enter the username and enter the password, and click on login button and then close the browser. So yep, you see now we have passed the URL as a app URL variable. It is working fine. Now it will click on login button. Yep, it's click. Then it will enter username and password. So again, username and password value is coming from variable, but you see it's passing correctly, and it will click on login. And yep, the test case has been completed now with the SAM script, right? So over here, what we have done, we have passed few of the variables, right? Like app URL, browser name, username, and password, right? So the same way, guys, right? You can also create your object repository, right? So let's we do one thing. So I will just say comment and object repository, like in a page object model, right? You have your object and your repository separated. So let's we do like this way. So I will just say mm, I will just say dollar sign, then locator for email address. Okay, so txt and how you can pass, you can copy these things. Sorry, you can copy these things over here, but before that we have another locator, right, which will be the link URL, right, login page URL. So URL or link login page, right, making sense, right, guys? So if you are using this locator on multiple place, right, if you want to make of change, you can only need to change it one place. Then we can have another variable as a password, right? So txt password. So this is how you can get into this. Okay, guys, this is very simple. Like it is getting similar to Selenium, right? If you have the experience, and if you don't have experience in Selenium, then also that is totally fine. This is how you can work independently on Python. Okay, then the last one will be login button, right? So btn login, right? I'm gonna say btn login, and login button x path is this one. So I will copy complete value. Now what I will do, I will start values. Okay, I will keep putting the values. So click on login button. So you also you need to also make sure, okay, do not forget to place the values, password. Now everything you will see bit more advanced, right? Like thing is getting more advanced, right? We are passing the values, we are fetching the values from the variables, we are passing the locators from the variables. Okay, so this is how it should work, guys. This is how the mainly when you start working with the framework, this is how the things will look like. Okay, few things are referencing to other things. So now we have this variable section almost completed. Now let's we do one thing, let's we run this one, okay, guys, and see how it's gonna be do. So I'm just gonna just says, yeah, sorry, just says robot and hit enter. So again the same way, yep, it is opening the browser. So that means whatever we have added as a variable, right, they are the things are working fine. So clicking on login, so also xpath will be also working fine. Yep, you see it's able to click on login page. Now entering username and password, so able to locate the email address. Yep, able to locate the password, and then able to locate the login button, and it will click on that. And yep, Ankit Domo we have already entered, and now it will close. Perfect. And all those things we will see it later. It's pretty much very simple report that easy to understand, but we will take it later part. Okay, now so we understood, right, how to use the variable section, right? Now in the next session, right, we will learn how to use keyword section. Okay, guys, then we will combine them together and we will make something called more advanced. Okay, but this is how you can see. We will add some more command over here as well, like how you can validate the page title and all those things, right? Where like we have in Selenium get title. So how we can perform those things over here, and we will see how the keywords gonna be work. Okay, but this is all up to over here. Try to make it your simple script that you have created after seeing this particular season, and just create another one by adding the different variables. Okay, that will make you used to how variable work in a Python. Thank you for watching, guys.